Hey, good evening, good evening. It's Monday, July 22nd. We're here with Gamers DMZ podcast today. And we have our panelists. Hey, Jazz.
Hey, what's up, double OG double M? Hello, everybody.
Sir Rich.
What up? What up?
Last but not least, the one.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, we're glad you can join us to go over what we think is one of the best hobbies in the world to talk about what's going on in gaming this week, something to talk about to get away from your work week that's just starting out, to relax and hear us discuss again our passion in gaming. So let's start out with finding out our usual way of looking at things. What you guys been playing? So, OG, you've been on vacation all week, so I'm sure you played a lot. Let's start with you.
Which say still playing.
Yeah, still
Um,
playing. Oh, you know what?
yeah.
And I know you've been playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my little nephew with me. He's no nephew's here. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's all he plays is baseball. But go ahead. I know you
Oh,
can
he's
get
oh
it.
he like baseball like that?
Oh my gosh.
Nice. He in the league?
He's in the junior or kid baseball league. They won the World Series, whatever World Series baseball game.
Nice,
Oh
nice.
yeah, he
That was
loves
my thing growing up.
it. Yeah.
hmm Well, before the Michael Jordan era. But
Now, I will say, between now and we finish. If we hear background noises with some kids yelling, that's them two fighting. So I just want to let you know.
Mm.
Noises you may hear. But go on, what have you been playing?
let's see. Of course, like you just said, baseball. Liza P.
Oh,
I'm
look
loving
at you
that.
now. He got his
Yeah, I told you I didn't got into him. I told you.
yelling out.
Chapter 7 now, I think, on Liza P.
Oh wow.
It's really good. I like it. What else I tried out? Um, I know I played some more other stuff. I tried to get into Sekiro. I went back to that a little bit. Getting better at it. That's a hard game. That's really hard. What else? What else? Oh, Jazz. I got Dark Souls
What's up?
3. I don't have Dark Souls 2.
Ah, okay. You need me to get two for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get 2. I
Okay.
got Dark Souls 3. I was
You better
playing that
get
a
it
little
this
bit.
week. You know it was games on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think that's
Okay,
about
that
it.
okay. Third, what have you been playing?
Elden Ring, Destiny 2. Boom.
Short and sweet, huh?
Yeah, because Elden Ring is a lot to explore in a dang on game, and
I gotta
plus it got
keep telling
story.
myself that I need to play that. I didn't mean to
Hmm
interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, but it's annoying because it's hard. But it's like once you get levels and stuff like that. Now I'm just walking around being the big boss man. But like 100 and something hours in, like 150 something hours.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I've
you
been
doing
playing
well.
that game for a while here and there. It's just it takes a while to get started. It really does, especially if you don't know what to do or where to go, because it doesn't guide you, and you pretty much have to discover stuff the hard way unless you look it up. Like there's stuff that you would not figure out that you could just ruin it, and you can't go back. And of course, you got to just restart the game next time you play
Oh,
it.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
Because
Not again like that. If you got to do that now,
He said, "Oh no,
mm,
I ain't doing that."
it
mm.
was like I was like, man, this quest, I can't find a thing on the quest, and I looked it up. It's like, no, I would not have done that. I would not have known to go in that particular area to do that particular thing. Nah. Who did that the first time? I want to
I
know who
don't.
did that the first time. and actually be like, "Wow, how'd you
And
figure that out?"
you, right.
I want to know who the first person to do all this stuff because somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I noticed they
So
built all those games like that too. Dark
it
Souls
won't be.
games.
I don't like games. Like I said, we'll see. That is Surge.
Yeah,
Love to hate him.
I meant to play Flintlock. I forgot to
Yep.
download that.
What about you, Jasmine?
I played a crap ton of Elden Ring with Sir Rich and one of our buddies, Ray Della Vega. Oh,
Okay,
and
and
yeah, and I put my symbol up so random people could summon me to help boss fights and whatnot. So I was just
Yeah, I
farming
just started
runes,
doing that.
leveling. And I have 327 hours in this game, and I still am finding caves and catacombs that I did not discover.
Dang.
It's big.
Yep, and I'm level, I think 247, something like that. But
Jeez.
still
Yeah, I'm only
going.
one-
I have not
I'm
hit
only
New Game
153.
Plus.
I'm only 153. My little dinky self.
Hey, it's fun.
Hmm.
Getting stuff
Guess
done.
what I'm at?
0.
Guess, exactly. You know, be there for.
When you're
I'm
ready
gonna
to
try to get.
play.
Yeah, I am. I really. I just get. There's so many games that I'm like, got to get to it.
Yeah.
And what else?
What else? Jeez. Not much else.
Fall Guys.
You said what?
You were playing Fall Guys.
Oh yeah,
You
I
were
did play
streaming
some
it.
Fall Guys. Yeah, for my birthday stream, I did a little Fall Guys. What else? I already said Elden Ring. A little bit of Destiny. Not as much as I wanted to because I got caught up. Oh, and a little bit of Unreal Tournament too. I went back like for a hot second. And I think that's it.
Hmm.
I always forget something and chime in later, so if it comes to me, but as of now, that's it.
Hmm. Let's see. What did I play? Go
Gears
ahead.
5. I'm sorry. Gears 5.
Okay.
I'm done.
When did you play Gears 5?
Well, you played that. Let's see what I played. I played First Descendants, and I got all the way to level 40. But it's too much grinding. I was playing with another friend. He was like, "Hey, I can show you how to grind for this and grind for that." And I'm trying to get, you got to grind to get a character. You got to get this. You got to get this. And I'm like, well, I got another character at level 28. And the highest the characters go up is 40. And we were playing one day when I had the opportunity to play my own Xbox. And I decided, I'm like, nah, this is too much grinding. And that game is a lot of grinding. And grinding games don't do well for me.
Just grinding, huh?
Yeah. I played a hot second of Carisco. I played a hot second of Dungeons of Hindenburg, and that's a fun game. I played Flintlock for a hot second. I played the first part of it. I don't like something about the flying things and using the animal. Whatever that god is, they call it the god. I don't like calling things gods. But I played that for a hot second. And I'm gonna play them both
The
into them.
deity.
Yeah, let's call it a deity. And I also bought to me, I'm going somewhere with this. I bought an Amazon. Oh, I mean a 2 terabit card that was on sale during Amazon Prime Week last week. So I gave my 1 terabit storage card to my nephews.
Oh, ain't that nice?
Yeah, because I already had two 1 terabits, but you wish you could put them both, two of them in the Xbox at the same time. So I'm going to jump to a subject, then I'm going to segue into something else. But you guys heard the rumor
How
that,
much did it cost?
excuse me,
How much did it cost?
Yeah, we need to know the Prime
it was
deals.
it was Prime. So let me see how much it costs. It was a Prime deal, but it
Oh,
was,
so
I
70.
think it was, no, it was 2 terabit, not the 1 terabit. It was a 2 terabit. So that one's about 300. Let me
300.
see. Yeah, it was
Oh,
over
you talking
300
about
Oh,
the
dollars.
the external
SSD?
Yeah,
one.
yes, that's what
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
talking about. I'm talking the one you just stick in the card. You just stick in the fast hard drive. That's,
okay.
yeah,
Never mind. Never mind. Them things
yeah.
cost.
It was on sale, so
Yeah, them cost. They cost more than a Series S, don't they?
Basically.
Actually, that cost it was on sale. It was $229.99, and that's what I bought it for.
Mm.
So I bought that. And you guys heard that Call of Duty is going to launch Wednesday in the Game Pass rumor.
Which one?
The,
Two?
the new one, the one just out
Oh,
now.
three.
Three.
Three coming? I'll
Yeah,
play it.
yeah.
I'll get out of
It's
it.
supposedly coming to Game
If
Pass
it come out in Game
because
Pass, I will stream it and I will show you my disgust.
oh well. Let me tell
Yeah.
you something. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I'm gonna segue to me when we get to the main topics. Um, my two nephews are here, and I have two Xboxes, so they commandeered all that. And I tell people, if you see me, don't message me because it
Mm-hmm.
may not be me. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
let the but anyway, my other nephew, the one that plays baseball, they share Xbox Series X. And I said, what games do you play? And they have Game Pass. And I'm like, what games you play? MLB The Show. I said, that's it. Yep. I said, you know, you can
Mm-hmm.
access all of the games. And I'm going. I'm going somewhere that's going to show you what I mean about that. So he was like, yeah. And then he seen I had Call of Duty. So both of them started playing Call of Duty. The older one, 11. These kids, that little boy. And I'm like, he was in my room because the other kid was downstairs in the family room playing. And one of them was in my room. And I'm looking at the older one, 11, play. That little boy got up to 50 so quick, unlocking guns, and he was
Mm-hmm.
coming in first and second place. I'm like,
Got him.
this little boy is beasted. And I'm like, I'm like, that's who they're giving these games to, these young kids. And
You know
he
who to
was
get it from.
beasted. He was beasted, and I didn't show him anything. He figured all that out, how to unlock them guns and get the skins. He did all that. He did it all by himself. I didn't say one word to him. One word, and he figured it all out. I'm like, okay, he beasting. I mean, he's beating people. And I'm like, oh, so that goes to the point of, yeah, told him Call of Duty's going to be on Game Pass because he was playing because I bought mine and he was playing on my account. Well, not my account, but my Xbox, so he can play Call of Duty. But I just wanted to segue to that real quick and say, these kids,
What do they play anything on the PS5?
no, they only play Xbox. My other two nephews only play PS5 and they got an Xbox. These two, so,
We had
and they only play um, Call of Duty. The other two that on PS5 will only play Call of Duty and Madden.
Call of Duty and Madden.
That is what they got these kids hooked on. So anyway, we had a story that I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think about Apple and into gaming?
listening.
Because everyone always has this thought process of Apple getting into gaming seriously and developing a console. Well, there was a report out this week. They're talking about Apple's in gaming. They're serious about gaming. Yeah, they're serious about gaming to some extent. I don't think they're serious about gaming to build a console. They make too much money in their ecosystem with that arcade to build anything. And so the article came out and was talking about various games on Mac OS and um, iOS. And I think gaming will take off on iOS before it take off on Mac OS. I don't think it's enough Mac users who will be more into gaming that will spend 60 to 70, $80 on gaming. And I also think that you heard about Resident Evil only selling 2,000 copies, right? On iOS.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I
mm-mm.
don't think gamers,
1,000.
right, whatever it was a minuscule amount. I think those type of games are for consoles and PCs. That's not going to sell well on the Apple just yet, not for that price point. I
Especially to
think
get the
people,
casuals' attention. They'll be like,
yes, there
it's
you
too
go.
much.
So what do you guys think about Apple and gaming?
I can see them
Do you
like
think they're going to stay where they are with the main focus in Apple Arcade? And if you want to port a game to Mac OS or iOS, it's up to you.
how it looks to me, I feel like they're just trying to cash in on the popularity or the popular side of gaming. Like, oh, okay, that game's selling. Well, y'all can play it here. Or like,
Yeah,
I
so they're keeping up Apple
yeah.
Arcade. Make $6 or $7 billion on Apple Arcade. Why would they do anything else?
Yeah, I don't see them starting making their own games from scratch or, like you said, consoles
I
or
don't
anything
even.
like that. So I really think this is just a let me dip in and get some of this gaming money. And I'm not mad at them, but
That's
that's
it.
just what it looks
I
like
ain't
to
mad
me.
at them either. OG, what are your thoughts?
I think game is a second thought to them. I mean, like you said, they make so much money. They make ridiculous money. And I don't know that I think the M4, I think that's the MacBook 4 or something. It's capable of running games, but hmm,
Yeah, but I don't think. I think, like I said, I think there's a different audience for Mac, and it's not a true gamer audience. Even if it's for the MacBook Pro or the
yeah,
Mac
it's more
PC, I don't
artsy.
think it's right artsy and productivity type things. But I don't think they're going to go into gaming and say, okay, I spent $4 or $5,000 on a Mac and a Mac PC, whatever you want to call it, and just heavily game. It's not going to happen. I don't see that because one thing about Mac, and I guess you can get the best performance because they're all built the same. Whereas the PC, you can add this, do that, this much memory, this much that, and fine tune it to your liking. And I think that's what most PC enthusiasts like about the freedom of a PC, where
Yeah,
as opposed to the closed ecosystem of a Mac.
Especially new
If you go,
games coming out, and oh, my
Hmm.
processor isn't good enough. Let me switch it out and get something new. You can't easily do that with Apple.
you got to go to the
Mm-mm.
Apple Store, see how much it costs, pick out
Wait
what
10 years for it to
phone.
come back. No.
Nah,
I actually think Sony will be a good partner with Apple.
In what respect? Please expound on that, pray tell. And
I mean,
selling
just
the IP?
uh, being a silent partner, you know.
No, help me
And
out.
well, we do know they need the help on the Sony side as far as making games now because the revenue is down.
So you think Apple should come in and get them money?
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't think Sony can make the games they used to. I don't think so. So that's just me.
So you think Apple should come in and just get them money to make games?
Yeah, be a silent partner with them, and they can help them on their gaming side too.
I can see
If
that.
I don't see that
if
I
happening.
don't want to, but I can see it. The logic.
yeah, if they serious about it,
What's in it for
who
Apple?
knows, huh?
What's in it for Apple?
Well, I mean that I believe that'll help them get their name out there a little bit more as far as
if they
gaming.
silent, how they gonna get their name out there?
I mean, they could sell some products through Apple, something like that.
What product? Games?
Yeah.
I think Concord would tell you otherwise.
Mhm, mhm.
I
He
mean, they
gonna get
still got
that.
big dogs over there. You got Naughty Dog, you got Insomniac, you got Sucker Punch.
You do know
They
that's
can
totally
cater to
different,
their audience.
right? But you know that's a whole different. What do you call it?
Published.
No, it's a whole different development because
Oh,
that's a whole different OS you got to develop for
yeah.
and understand all the nuance. So then you hire somebody to do that. You're saying,
Yep.
okay, and so I'm going to hire them to take away from me and not want me being PlayStation and get, like they say, bring more people to PlayStation. But I want to put more of my games on Apple.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing
You
that
just
out there.
speculate. You just speculating. Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Serge?
As if Apple developing games,
a console, anything, getting more heavily
The most I
into
think
the.
they'll do is play around with their iOS because I mean those games free. And mobile games. But I don't think it's gonna be like a major venture or anything like that. Because I mean, Apple is scarred from the past with gaming, especially with their OS being totally different than anybody else's. Like to have that development. Well, they got the money for it, so if they really wanted to, they could. But I don't see it being successful. But if they want to fulfill a niche for those people and try and make the audience, I
I
guess.
can't. Okay, because see, my point is, I'm looking at Resident Evil as a test bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's
saying. Like
nobody,
that's
yeah,
super niche. That's what I'm saying. A super niche group. Like
I
but
don't. Yeah, I don't
ain't no
believe that was
time
the
for them
right
guys.
game anyway. Yeah.
well, not even the fact that it was the right game. The price point was ridiculous. My point is, you can't, you wouldn't get me, and I own the latest M4 processor on my iPad. You wouldn't get me to download Resident Evil. I wouldn't play. There's nothing in it would incentivize me to play Resident Evil on iPad.
No, like for me, it has to be a cinematic experience. Like turn the lights off. I need to hear the sound. Not saying you can't do that with the pad, but that's not the same. You got to be immersed in some things.
So my opinion is that I think they need to stay where they are. They're making a plenty amount of money with Apple Arcade, plenty. So for them to come around and now try to get in the console space, and the rumors that Sony doesn't do well or PlayStation doesn't do well, Apple is going to buy them. I don't see that happening without a fight. I don't see that the Japanese letting it happen. I don't see where it makes sense for Apple because you can say Apple, all Apple is going to do is take a PlayStation brand and slap Apple name on it like they did Beats. No, they're not. And then a couple of years down the line, refined it and release it with their own M process or whatever letter of the alphabet they choose to use at their time to represent their new processor. But Apple does everything at a premium. So, case in point, the Apple Vision Pro, what was it, $3,000 to $4,000? Think about a game console if Apple made a game console. $800, $900 because Apple charges a premium for everything they do,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
So I can't see that. I just think they'll stay comfortable and do a bite here, do a bite there, and the Apple TV, once they get the M chip, or if it does have an M chip, they'll do that. But still, I don't see anyone buying a $40 game, much less a $30 game. I don't see anybody buying any games on that. That's not more than $20 is a max that I think a lot of people will play. Plus, it's a lot of casual gaming. It's like, okay, OG, you're catching a train, and before you had your handheld, you would play your little phone. You probably got a Android, but you use your Android, and you play that, or you play this. I can't see you um, moving away from what you're doing now. So I don't know. I just don't think
Especially
it's,
being outside the Apple ecosystem to begin
yeah.
with.
Hell, I'm in the Apple ecosystem. I have an iPad, two iPhones, and guess what? I still not buying a game. I don't see a need when I only game on a console, Xbox and PS5, and my PCs or my Lenovo. But that's about it. But that's the ecosystem because I know they're all in relate. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah,
People, thank you for,
you're different. You're a console gamer.
yeah, always have. And it's hard for a console gamer to go anywhere else.
Yeah,
Trust and
because the
believe.
only thing I play on my phone is like card games and stuff that I can't play on console.
Oh, you know what I play on my
Jewel
phone?
games.
Jewel.
Yep.
I play Jewel.
I
So
play
I
it too.
play.
Yeah, they
And I haven't played
Like
them
the
card
rest of us.
games on my phone in a
Jewel.
while.
and you get points
But I
for
used
it.
to.
There you go. But we'll see how that turns out. Um, I said we're gonna go with let's go with Flintlock. You guys know that just released last week. And that's a
Yep.
Souls
I
game.
knew, but I forgot when the time came to play the games.
I want to
It's a
try it
Souls
now.
like game.
Is it Souls like or is it more like Castlevania?
No, it's
Well,
there. Everyone's saying it's Souls like because to me it's Souls like.
I heard they
alright.
were
It's
trying to be Souls like. I don't
well.
know. Let
Then
me
let me
see.
rephrase it. Let
Yeah,
me
it got
rephrase.
some of the
Let me
concepts,
It's
you
see.
know.
let me say this. It's soulish.
Okay.
That-
Because
It's
I know you
let's
lose,
call
what is it? You lose reputation when you die and you got to
it.
go back
That's
and
it.
collect
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. But it is the combat is not as difficult. Let's say that. And the only reason, like, you can, I mean, to me, the combat's not that bad, but I died because of this flying mechanic. And you got to hit the button to fly into I'm going to call them the fox, to fly you to the next
Mhm.
location. But it's the triangle you got to fly through. And I'm like, okay, now I'm stuck. I don't see where to go. And there's nothing that opens up. And I'm like, stuck right there. I'm like, I'm done. I'll come back to it. I'm like, I fell 2 times. I'm like, I can't get my rep back. I'm like, mm-mm. Nope. But I had already made it to I would guess the second village,
Oh,
and the
that
com.
happens all the time in Elden Ring. I think.
Yeah, I'm like,
Mm,
Nah,
I'm going to try.
I think that's why I stopped playing it.
but it's not that bad of a game. It's just the fact that I don't like I got to get the flying mechanics down or the reversing in the air mechanic down. But so any of you guys try it?
Not
Nope,
yet, but
I
I'm
forgot
going
it came
to.
out. I was all in it Elden Ring. I downloaded it today because I saw you had put it in. I was like, dang it, I meant to play that. But it's downloaded
Yeah.
now, so I'll get to it. Ooh, if not during the week, sometime this weekend.
See, you
Try
get
it
to it
out.
eventually.
Or
No, I
you can do
mean
like,
like this week. I want to try it out because
or
it's
you
like
can do like,
Yeah.
I've been hearing people review it, and it's like the way they reviewing it, they haven't played it, and they like, oh, it's a bad game. All the what people are saying, I'm not even gonna try it, and that makes me want to try it
hmm
because it's
Right.
like y'all saying it ain't good. Let me try it and see what it's like. 'Cause it could be bad, it could not. But now y'all make me want to try it because y'all refusing to even give it a chance.
hmm
I'll give it a chance. It's annoying.
we'll see how that goes. Because I thought it was a good game. I just got to get that little flying mechanic down. But it's a fun game. It's pretty cool.
Go.
But it is so-ish. Very
So
so-ish.
That makes me
So-ish.
excited to play it, hearing it. It's like, yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah.
shot.
It, it's just not on that crazy, crazy.
difficulty.
That's okay.
Nah, it's
I
not.
need a break from crying every now and then. That's okay.
Not like you losing 100,000 runes because
I
the
died
game want to
again.
throw you an invader out of nowhere.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I'm gonna go get my runes, and you have been invaded. No. But yeah, OG, we got you could play 3 people on Elden Ring. It's just annoying how to get together, but
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you could play 3 people.
Yeah,
mm,
we were playing with our buddy.
Oh, that's right. You did say y'all playing with Della Vega.
Yup.
yeah.
Okay,
It's just
people. Thank
annoying
you.
meeting up and trying to get to the right spot.
Oh,
But once you get a rhythm of doing it, it's not too bad.
Like
okay.
the boss battles and stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
You can go everywhere.
Yeah.
You can go in the main, the
Okay.
overworld. Y'all can explore the overworld together, go in caves. But the only thing is, when you get to a cave, you gotta like leave the game and then go in the cave and then meet back up on the other side because I guess it's the
The
load window.
doorway.
Because I'm thinking about like the background of it is like this area is loaded and it will not load that area on multiplayer. So it's kind of like
Mm.
segmented in a way. But take like two
Okay.
seconds. You leave the game and go back. Like go on the other side or where you think the barrier is and then boof, you back in.
Hmm. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So this weekend for the second week, because last week it was beta. What do you guys think is going to be the overall status of Faith of Concord? free open beta because it was saying that even at the open beta, that means anyone who had a PlayStation could play the game.
Yeah, I
Correct?
heard that's what
And they
was
It
said,
stopping
was
no.
the PlayStation players. I mean, the PC players because they did that PSN account stuff again.
that may be impacting it as well, but it did horrible on PlayStation 2.
Man, because I was watching
So
this one guy talk about it, and he was just like, I downloaded it and I was about to play, and it said sign up for PSN account, and I uninstalled it because I don't want to do that. He said, I wonder
Mm-hmm.
how many other people did that.
And
that's
He
a
said,
some
good
I did
point.
it, so I wonder how many people actually did that. I'm
and I
like,
saw
oh,
somewhere someone said they're doing that to get users' data. Like you don't really need it, but they just want your data so they can sell it. Just something I read.
to fluff their
Oh well,
PlayStation
see,
numbers because
if you do that,
genuinely
everybody,
people play.
everybody, that you use that, but see, they can't. You have to read their privacy statement.
Mm-hmm.
And me, you can have my email address if I could, but it's not going to be the one I want to give it to you. So I'm gonna give
But
you a
it's not
fake
the one you
email
want.
address. Not what you want. So you can have any email. I create one, and that's what I'm gonna do if all they start doing is like, hey, but I got a PlayStation account, so it doesn't impact me. But if I had to go to every site and create these emails, I'm gonna create a dummy email account, and that's what that's what I do for a lot of things. Is have a dummy email account when I don't want to know my real email address.
Some people just
But
tired of signing up for stuff.
yeah, that's exactly right.
It's too many to
Exactly.
sign up for everything nowadays.
Everything under the sun. But again,
Everything.
I don't know. I think the game is going to do well to me with the money and development time this was spent. They may as well as say this game is going to be free and give
Yeah,
everybody their money back, and then just have it like a true Overwatch or a true free to play game. That
Damn.
hey, Suicide Squad did it.
if you yeah, if you're going to do it, if you're going after engagement and players and have all these uh, looking for whales to spend all their money in game. Who's going to spend $40 on a game, then go back and spend X amount of dollars on us?
They've been trying that since Devil May Cry 5. Actually, since Shadow of Mordor, they've been in $60 game, and then when you get in the game, they have where you can buy items that help you along the game. In the case of Shadow of Mordor, it was generals. You get to a point to where you can't fight anymore. Your generals are the only way you can fight, but all the strong generals was behind a paywall. They went back and took it all out like months later. And now when you play it, it's a different game, and all that stuff is taken out.
That's tacky.
They've been trying to do that monetization in the single player arena for quite some time.
Ain't gonna work for me because I'm only gonna give you so much. But I
Hey
think
man,
that if
I'm playing Shadow Mortar. I literally haven't beaten that game because of the mechanics, and it's just I just couldn't play because when you get killed in that game by a general, they learn how you fight. So you have one less way to fight them. So they beat you so much they become immune. So the only way you kill them is calling your crew, your general crew. But they all weak. It didn't make sense.
that's by design.
hmm Devil May
He
Cry,
been
they was
he
a
been
little bit
talking about
kinder.
that for years.
You said what, OG?
I said you've been talking about that one for years, boy. I
Cause
remember.
that burned me, man. I really liked that game. That game was the story is good, the gameplay is good. The only thing that ruined it was the way they put that monetization into it. And that's why I say what depends on what they can do. They can ruin a good game depending on the way they run it. They taught me this. These last two generations have adamantly taught me that. Be careful about what they trying to sell you because it's just a box. Wait till you get a hold of it and get that box open and trying to put it together, and you'll see how many screws is missing.
Yeah, it sucks.
And what about you, Jazz?
I just took the poll. 71% of people on Steam DB have no interest in playing. I don't know. To
Mm.
me, it's like I said. I think I said this our last podcast. It just is too reminiscent of Overwatch, and it's like it's been
But
done
the fact
before.
that it only got 2,000 plus people on the open weekend is
Because
just amazing,
it's
shocking.
nothing new. Like
Yeah,
there's so much
that's
more out there to
crazy
play.
low.
Like this.
That's crazy low though.
Let's say it this way: PlayStation has 50 million PlayStation 5s. You do it in an open beta. You
They
mean tell
claim,
me?
they claim.
Yeah, they claim. You mean tell me you can't get 1 million people download an open beta?
That's terrible.
Heck, you
Like I
couldn't
don't know
get
what else to say.
10,000. You couldn't get 10,000. This is the play. Shoot.
That's my point. But it launches next month, and we're going to see the numbers for that because if it doesn't do well, heads are going to roll because
Oh
that
yeah,
game
yeah.
cost them some development, and I don't know what they're going to do with Firewalk
They spent a
Studios.
lot of money on that game.
At least that game at least cost 20, $30 million.
What other games did they make? This Firewalk Studio.
Mm,
What's their pedigree? I don't know.
they well, I thought they were making this game before PlayStation bought them. I think.
What,
Mm.
like 6 years in development or something like that.
I'm not sure. Don't get me the line. All I know is Concord. So what else did they make is beyond my comprehension. But it's not going to. I don't know. I don't think that game's going to do well. And a lot of people are going to get. I think
I'm
them
looking
and,
forward to
and I'm
drops.
like I said, I'm looking at the end of the year. Sony's going to go in on Destiny, Bungie, and they're going to go in on Firewall if this game doesn't do well.
I believe they just didn't have nothing unique about Concord.
Then why
That's
That's
what
cancel?
that's
everybody's
a
saying because they missed a mark. If they would have came out like 3, 4 years ago, it would
When
have been cool.
Overwatch came out,
yeah.
when people were playing Team Fortress 2, even like,
Even when everybody was waiting for Overwatch 2. If this came out when everybody was waiting for
yeah,
Overwatch 2,
It would have probably done much better.
yep, at least got a foot in the
Mm,
door more so.
yeah,
Cause
it's past its prime.
I lost interest in Overwatch when Overwatch 2 came out. Not to get too off topic, but I felt like it was the same exact game with just a different
No, it
skin.
was.
oh, it was,
That's a
it
whole
was,
nother topic.
it's
That's
exactly
a
the same
whole nother
game.
topic.
And then they stripped everything they said they was gonna add to it to make it different. So it is exactly the same game minus one extra team member.
No thanks.
And you can't go back and play Overwatch 1 because they destroyed
It
it to make
evolved.
this.
They did that with what's it called? What's that other game I play? Counter Strike, the newer one.
I thought they was gonna incorporate Unreal Engine into Overwatch. I
I
guess that
think they
never
was gonna
happened.
do a lot of things that they didn't do.
Stop the madness. Where on God's green earth did you hear something like, "Oh, watch going with
Emotional
Unreal Engine"?
damage.
Out of the sky.
Yeah, there's demos out there
You
with
pulled that out.
Overwatch
You pulled that
Unreal.
right. You just pulled that out of the
No,
sky somewhere. You pulled that. That
no. You can pull
did
up. You can pull up videos now
of
with it
oh
running in
of
Unreal Engine.
I can't see them, but Bethesda, not Bethesda, but them going with anything outside of their internal engine.
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Yeah, especially Blizzard.
No, you're talking about ABK now, who only wants to use their stuff. But oh well,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean it's a mod. It looked nice.
Of
It was
course,
it
it's
was
a
a mod.
mod. That's just a mod. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a
Yeah,
mod.
it was a mod. It looked good. It
So,
really
so
did.
it's not official. It's a mod. Somebody modded Overwatch with
Okay, here go one for you. Here go one. Jazz, I'm pulling up the one about Halo. And as you guys know, last week it was announced that after 2 seasons,
down the drain.
Halo is canceled, and I think they're shopping it somewhere else. Now, season one. I want to get your guys' thought about it getting canceled. What are your overall thoughts? OG. Then I go to Jazz. Then Surge. What are your thoughts about it getting canceled? You gonna miss it? What should they do?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm gonna miss it because I really got into season 2. I was invested in it, and I don't want to give nothing away if you ain't watched it.
Okay.
But it's just now. Season 2 was leading up to the actual first game. The actual first game, Halo Evolve. So how's that? So
Okay. Jazz, what about you?
I did not watch it. I like Halo, love the games. I just didn't really have an immediate pull to watch it. So I don't know what to say based on. I mean, double what you had to say since you really getting in the second one, the second season. I was like, maybe I should check it out, but now I don't want to because I ain't gonna continue. But I might check it out. This sir.
I mean, well, they're shopping it around. So
So you mean like they jump around in the timeline?
No, they shopping it around
Like
to
some
know
of
the
it is
studio
Oh,
like
other
showing
net.
up
people.
the
Got you.
season 3 development.
Yeah.
so it ain't completely dead yet.
There's still hope. Yeah.
No,
I
but
might check it
it's
out sometime.
but they in the ambulance.
Trying to get resuscitated.
Somebody
About,
please help.
about to get an adrenaline shot.
What do you think, Serge?
I'm indifferent about it. They rubbed me the wrong way with nostalgia stuff on this one. OG been
Okay.
trying to get me to watch it. He was like, just skip to season 2. And I was like, okay, well, I not like it because I didn't watch season 1. And everybody keep telling me, you got to watch season 1 and see season 2. It's all connected. But season 1 is such a chore to watch. So why would I want to watch it? If it's a chore to watch, I want to enjoy it. Not have a chore just to get to the good stuff.
You know what you enjoyed? Fallout.
Yeah, that was real good.
Written totally different, much better script.
It was written
Okay,
with the lore in mind
Mm-hmm.
and not what they wanted to do.
exactly.
Unlike
Now,
Resident
let me
Evil.
get my 2 cents. Oh God. Um, I, I'm happy it was canceled. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was
Said they had no
never.
business messing with that.
That I think I just will say this. I couldn't get past. It's the mental thing with me. When he took the helmet out, I was never done. I was done. I just couldn't get past that
That's what
mentally,
Yes.
now
and
you're
it
watching it.
just
He
I'm glad
was.
you
made
said
me
that.
sick. You know what? You know how they tell you when you go for a job, you only get one time to make a first impression,
Yep.
and that was the one time. And I mean, the opening cinematics when they were fighting the brutes and all that and all whatever, that was cool. But the second he took the hat off and he went in this tangent with that girl, I was done. There's nothing you can tell me about anything. I would have rather had you show a blurred face or him putting acid on his face and messing his face up, and that's
Or
why he
From the
got
turn his
back of
back to
his
the
this.
head.
camera.
Yeah,
Like they
or yeah,
always
or
do. They
back.
just had the camera slightly off his head
Right.
in the
I would have.
game. Like
I would have been okay
and that
with
would
the
have been
back.
cool. Because
That
that's a
would have
nod to
because
the game.
right, because that would have been kept me in the game. I mean, kept
Facts.
me watching it because I would have had no problem with him always seeing the back of his head. Would have
Mm-hmm.
had no problem with that.
It's part
But
of
the
the allure.
second, yeah, and I'm like, and then I remember I posted something I think on Twitter. They tried to lighten me. Well, you just a gamer, you don't know anything, and da da da. I'm like, well, when it's all said and done, that's what got me into it. That was after all this happened, blah blah blah
Literally.
blah blah. I got an Xbox specifically to play Halo. That was
Literally.
the thing, and you can say what you want. That is what got me, and
I spent more hours with the story than you could ever
that
spend with
exactly.
the
So
story. So come on.
I'm sorry, I have Paramount. I just couldn't get back into it. I was done. And I would rather them shop it around and start over.
I
That
said
is
I
how.
don't know why they gotta focus on Master Chief. Same way Star Wars keep focusing on Luke. You know how
Yeah,
many
there's
other
so many
stories there
others.
are? Like,
Well, true, but I didn't have a problem with them starting with Master Chief. But the face, I'd rather them start
yeah,
over and say that was a bad dream, and he woke up with his helmet on. And that was all false. And a new person took the role. I
Especially if
am.
they. I'm sorry, just the fact that you said they did this in the first season, like that's like a slap in the
That,
they
face
did
of
that,
the
that in the
fans.
first
that,
episode.
the
That's a
episode.
slap in the face.
I think they did that. That's why I was
That's
like, nah, I'm
like
good.
that's like showing what Nanny looks like from Muppet Babies. Like, no,
I was,
we ain't supposed to
I
know.
couldn't. And then you're gonna try that. You can't regain lost ground if
Man,
you
that was
already
Fox.
had. You opened it up, and there's you. I can never get his face out of my mind. I just
Man,
think
they might
See,
have
now
not
I
even
don't
tatted
want to
this
watch
man's
it.
face.
Nope, never mind.
Tatted this man's face on
you
my
can. You
image
right,
of
right.
the
Gotta
hero.
watch it on
It's
And
YouTube.
not
he
a
get
mysterious hero no more.
Mark, you gotta
and
tell me
he
when
can
it
put
comes up. I'll skip that part.
it, yeah, he can put the helmet on all he wants, but I know how he looks.
Yeah. Because it was like the mysterious spaghetti western, like the mysterious stranger, the hero, coming out of nowhere to save everybody. You don't know what they look like; you just know their presence.
And from a fan point of view, he can look however you imagine him to be in your
Exactly.
head. You can make his likeness to you or somebody you know, somebody like,
Yeah.
but that's all gone. Like, oh, this is what y'all making him. Okay, thank you.
Going
And
from
that's
the
and
strong
so
silent
that
type to whatever. Like he ain't the strong silent type no more.
I just didn't like it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm done. I mean, they screwed it up. Even if they did a Halo movie, you couldn't even do a Halo movie because now
Emotional
that
damage.
image will always be there for those of us who watched Halo TV series. And OG may have liked season 2, but I was like, I did not want to invest more time in it because some people told me, well, he still has his helmet off. I'm done. I don't want to see him. I don't. I want to see
Once is enough.
Master Chief. I don't want. Only person I want to see is Master Chief. That's it. So, it's canceled. It's canceled. Oh well, I could have did better, but it is what it is. Things come and go. What did you guys think about? Let y'all think about this cheeky controller from Xbox, the Deadpool theme one,
I
and
think
which comes out
that's
this.
hilarious.
Controllers.
What you think about it?
Yeah,
They have a
what I
Wolverine booty too.
yeah.
What you
I
think
think that's
about
hilarious.
Well, it's going to lead into the other topics, but more or less, I don't know why they.
Give me them Wolverine cheeks.
And they said they're
Stop,
perfectly
stop.
ergonomical.
It's you can take you can take the cheeks off, right?
Oh, you can. It's just a
Yeah,
Yeah,
cutout on
just
there,
like these
yeah,
never mind.
so
Let
you
me
can put
keep
the
my
cheeks on
comments
the
to
on the
myself.
it?
shelf. Put the cheeks
yeah.
on the
You can
shelf.
pull those up.
BBL
Yeah, you can pull
controllers.
them up.
Put them
Yeah,
cheeks
you
on the
you can take the
shelf.
cheeks off.
Put them
It's a cooler
cheeks back
controller.
on the
It
shelf.
does look kind of
The
cool.
problem I have with Microsoft, I mean, with them is that I don't understand why they made that just one. They could have had a limited edition, or go to the Xbox site and build it like you order in order from the build site. But they do this all the time. They have something funny. Why didn't they market it with that or something?
He's got pockets. Sorry.
Because when I first saw it, I saw it on YouTube. They were pulling them out of the box on a commercial. Whee! I didn't know
Oh,
that.
gee, what are your thoughts?
I like the controller without the cheeks on it.
Nah, he gonna be playing with the cheeks. He'll be like, they nice.
The
Well, let me rephrase it, because I
actually
think
I
that's.
like the I wouldn't mind having the Wolverine one.
Here's the funny thing.
It looks
Now,
pretty
if
cool.
that was the what's that, Stella Cheeks, all y'all would be in on it. So let me go to Jazz.
Oh,
Ooh.
You
right,
like
wouldn't
it?
they?
If it was a
Ooh.
storm, if it was
Oh
a
my goodness
storm,
gracious.
boy, give me that.
If it's squishy.
That's why I
We
went
can
to
all do
Jazz.
that, right?
If it's a storm one, give it here. Give it here.
Oh my gosh.
What about you, Jazz?
I do think they
'Cause,
look pretty cool. I didn't know you could take the cheeks off. That's
yeah,
comfy
you
because I
can take the
don't know how
cheeks
that's
off.
gonna feel. That
Let me
might
ask you
be.
this: how do you think you're gonna
Uh-huh.
put the? How are you gonna put the batteries in? So you have to take the
You
cheeks
got to
off.
take the
You
cheeks
gotta
off and put them in there.
put
You
it
got
in
to
the
load the
exit
booty.
area.
You got to load the booty. Load the chimichangas.
Yeah.
Time for the chimichangas.
Recharge only.
You say recharge only,
I
huh?
I don't know. They do look kind of cool. And even the console. I didn't see a picture of a Wolverine console, but this Deadpool one looks pretty
Oh,
cool.
it's
Yeah, the
one.
console look
It's a
pretty cool.
Wolverine count. It's a Wolverine. Yeah, I think it's a Wolverine. I know it's definitely a Wolverine controller.
Yeah, these are cool looking.
They should have did one with the Hulk.
And
The
what was
gray
it gonna be?
blue.
No,
Be-
who a chess piece?
Oh, a chess
His
piece would be
chesticles.
cool. Chesticles.
A chess. You all.
Man
It's a
chitties.
man titties. Yeah, man titties chesticles.
Chitties. Chest
That's what I
titties.
call them.
Chitties. Man chitties. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm just
So OG gonna have a
gonna pee off on them
Deadpool
that
and a
they
Wolverine.
didn't
Gotcha.
make enough of them for everybody to buy it. That would have so easily. I don't know if
Easily.
easily so, but what do we
Yep.
know? We don't know anything about marketing. We don't know anything at
Like I
all.
said, I saw a YouTube commercial. It interrupted.
I
So
think they just want to see how many people actually want them based on the sweepstakes, and they're like, all right, now everyone can buy them.
I mean, a few months ago they just did X-Men controllers and a Series X special edition. I'm like, but you had to win it on Twitter or something. I'm
That's
like,
my point.
sell it. You need to be selling that.
whoever win might
It's ridiculous.
but an exorbitant price.
Like Sir Rich just said, a Storm controller. Yes, I'm buying a Storm controller.
See, two sold. There you go.
It ain't skipping.
Be so cool. It's cool stuff. They ain't missing out. Ain't missing out.
Okay, so let's get to this other topic. Did you guys hear about the guy from Xbox in the European marketing team? And I want to get y'all thoughts on what he said. Let me find the exact quote. And he says the name of the topic is Xbox's EMEAA marketing director. PlayStation has marketing funds we don't have, right? And I'm not going to read everything he said. I'm just going to read one part of this. He said, from a funding standpoint of view, we need to work really hard against our competition. Regrettably, they, meaning PlayStation, outspends us. He added, they're blessed with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy. But that's totally fine. We adopt what I would call a more fiscally responsible approach to media investments. What did y'all think of that? Is it true? Do you think he should have said what he said? Do you think he's going to get fired?
What? You should.
His ass
Yeah,
gonna
that's
get
not a
fired.
good look. That's not a
It's
good
like,
look
you
at
should
all.
have said that out loud.
That's not. Because it's like if
So
you
you're
said it
saying
out loud
you're
in a way,
saying
and I'm like,
so you saying he said the quiet part out loud?
yeah.
Yeah, That's
But
for boardroom
You've
but
been
conversation.
complaining about Microsoft marketing this whole time, so you know the revenue
go
deficiency.
there. But
Shoot.
that's my point. I can't. I mean, I think from a professional point of view, I can promise you 100% he got lit into. But
Hmm.
on a realistic point of view, to me he said two things. I think people miss one dig he made. One dig he made, and he did make a dig, but I think a lot of people missed it.
Hmm.
And that is where he said, um, well, put like this. He also said, let me read the last part because brings it home better. He said, not blessed with huge media budgets, and then they have to be quite scrappy and tenacious to fight for funds that will probably go elsewhere. Now, that statement I didn't like, but they shouldn't have to fight for funds unless he's the media marketing team, and instead of marketing somewhere else, that money he has to fight for. But where he said, I thought was a dig. He said we adopt what I would call a more fiscally responsible approach, meaning he's making sure they spend their dollars wisely and responsibly as opposed to everyone else. Sony, that was a dig.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But getting back to the overall comment and it being true, I've said this many of a time. I don't understand Microsoft. They Microsoft treats Xbox as a business unit instead of a consumer unit. You always have to market and find different ways to market to consumers from all different types of marketing strategies, or you just don't do it. And I think they look at like, well, we're like Coke, but you go to the movie theaters, you'll see a Coke commercial on every screen. You'll see popcorn commercial
Mhm.
on every screen,
Mhm.
or you will say you see
You
XYZ.
know, a Coke product that you
Your
don't know
Coke
is
or
Coke.
some, yeah,
Something
you don't know it's
associated
Coke,
with it.
but they market it right where you in the show. So why don't they market on TV where they know people like gamers go? Oh, we just do it in social media. A lot of people don't do social media. Moms who buy things don't do social media. Um, and in Europe, if you're in last place or what I call last place, there's a saying goes, and you guys well know it. You got to spend money to make money.
Mhm.
And uh, how did Einstein say? What's a sign of not stupidity, but what you
Insanity.
call it? Insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Doing the same thing over and
I don't
over
know.
again.
So if you give me the same amount of money, thinking I'm supposed to grow, how? Or do I have to have a different way? And me marketing is a part of that, and I just don't think they look at it because they look at it from a business because we Microsoft people know. So I can see the man's point of view, and I can understand his point of view because you get tired of getting a minuscule amount of money to invest in your marketing program and say, okay, they're spending $1 billion in marketing. I'm making this up, and we only spending 50,000 in marketing. Never works. Or we spending only spend 10% of what Sony spends. It doesn't work like that. You got to get more bigger audience. And then someone else brought in a different perspective and said, well, in Europe, do you know how long Sony has had relationships with all these people? So for instance, Sony TVs, Sony radios back in the day, Sony DVD players. So with all these people around and uh, department stores back then, they came in and they made deals with them because Sony's still a partner, and it's just something that they do. So Microsoft came in and they may not have that budget, they may not have that built-in relationship. So what did you guys think, OG? What you said that?
I say he gonna get fired. He to me, I think he's just letting out too much company business.
Or he's showing his frustration?
Yeah,
What you?
he's definitely frustrated, but I just feel like he ain't have to tell everybody. He didn't have to be public much about that.
Okay.
And we already know that they don't spend no money.
Oh, they don't spend any money. They don't.
They don't spend nothing.
And I
That's good
think
marketing.
I think he probably was looking at it from a perspective like, hey, I've been here all this time. We've been here all this time. And then when Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, they put on these marketing campaigns and everyone knows it. So I can see both points. He's like, wait a minute. I know we just bought them and they're part of us, but why they get the marketing dollars and I can't get those marketing dollars to promote Xbox?
But look, even some of that is limited. Have you seen an Indiana Jones commercial lately?
I don't expect to see any Jones marketing until the game is near ready, though.
But it was a bit. I was seeing it constantly after the show for like a whole month, and now I don't see it no more.
Really?
Yeah, doing those little brief commercials on YouTube and stuff like
I don't
that.
get YouTube
They were
commercials.
playing it. I don't see it no more.
Hmm.
But I still see plenty of Sony commercials, even for Concord. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they have to with that. But you're right. That's the whole point of marketing. They don't. I don't see anything. Jazz. What about you? What
Um,
he did you think what he did was wrong? Do you think he get fired?
I don't. I mean, obviously it's not my place to say, but I'm gonna speculate this. He had a good talking to. Like I said, that was
Oh yeah.
just conversation that you want to have like behind closed doors, like in a board meeting or something like that. Yeah, it's true, and I know you've been saying it for a while that Xbox really needs to up their marketing. So obviously, a lot of people are saying the same thing or feeling the same way. Um, mm, I really, and I'm surprised hearing that as being the reason. Like they don't have the funds. Like, is that
Sound
true,
like
or does he?
somebody
Do
else.
they not have the
Doesn't it sound
liberty?
weird?
Or yeah, it really sounds weird, like or off. Like
Doesn't it
is
sound
someone?
weird? We don't have the funds.
Right. It's like
The
I know
world's
y'all got
richest company
money.
don't have the funds.
Don't have
Exactly.
the money for
So it's like, what's
that.
going on here? Or is there someone up
Nuts.
that wants y'all to
That.
focus on something else for whatever reason? Like, I don't know. Do they only want the word of mouth and social media, but not, like you said, not everyone's on? So I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why not? It could be done easily,
Sounds
like on a bus,
crazy.
something. Like, I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey,
But like
hey,
I said, my money is that not only did he get a talking to, I think Phil and Satya was on the phone said, "You lost your ever loving mind."
they grabbed him by it. They grabbed him. They hemmed him up, grabbed him by his
Hmm.
collar.
They grabbed him and said, "You want to be escorted out? You got one more time. We know who won't be getting a bonus."
Right.
But
We don't have the funds for that.
But we'll see. But here is a doozy of a doozy of a doozy. Serge, I'm sorry, I didn't get your point of view.
oh, well, first I was talking to
Oh,
the front.
okay. Well, you were talking in the front. Okay, we'll see. But time will tell. I do think, well, if anything good can come out of it, I hope they get a better budget. And if I was um, Sarah Bond, I'd be like, yeah, he right. Because she's taking over the Xbox. And if they're not selling in Europe, Europe, Asia, Middle East, South, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, then something wrong. And if it doesn't grow, then I'm like, Sarah Bond should be like, hey, no, they need a budget. We need a bigger budget. And we can do that because of Game Pass and inclusion of Call of Duty. We can say, okay, we're going to market the Xbox with Call of Duty. Done deal.
Yeah, she gets to know that. She gets to.
Hmm. Okay, here's another subject. Earlier last week, The Empire Struck Back. That's the FCC saying the Game Pass, the 9.99 plan moved up to what? 16.99. How much did that plan move up to? And that the FTC came in and said, "See, we told you Microsoft was going to raise the price of Game Pass upon closure of this deal, right?" What did y'all think about that? And I think they moved it up, 14.99, I think, instead of 10.99. So they sent the letter and complaining as usual, and everyone said, "Oh, Microsoft, see, they shouldn't have did it." Blah 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 blah. But Microsoft responded just as well. So is this much to do about nothing, or does the FTC have some legitimacy in what they're saying?
Me, I feel like Microsoft should have waited another year, just to let things cool down. Because FTC is still watching them and stuff like that.
But if the FCC was still watching, they didn't bring up Game Pass. What they said is that they were going to take Call of Duty from PlayStation. That's all they said. Where in this did they say Game Pass?
Yeah, but they're looking at them like a fine tooth comb. They are.
But
They
they
look
can't
for
raise.
anything to grasp
They
on.
ca- but they can't raise prices then. But all the other various streaming
Streaming
services
services.
rose raise
Netflix.
their price. Netflix.
All of them. All of them. Prime went up. All of them. Well, Xbox
That's what
just
he's
supposed to
saying.
take it at a loss. You make the FTC deal, that means you got to take it on the chin for another year before you can make a move. You can't make no money.
Yeah. So they raised it from 10.99 to 14.99. And so you're saying they should have waited. I mean, from a selfish point of view, yeah, I can agree with that. They should have waited because I want to save my money. You're right. They should have waited.
Hmm I think they should have waited, and they should have gave us our family plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much should the family plan be?
$25,
Okay. For how many people?
5.
You lost your ever loving mind.
Yep, 5
Okay,
people.
so if I'm gonna give you 5 people in the house that can get on the Game Pass Ultimate, and I'm selling it right now at 19.99. And why would I miss out on $100 as opposed to $25?
But this is goodwill, man. What you talking about? We doing
Eh,
goodwill here.
Okay, we don't get will. I could see them going 25.99 for 3 people. I think that would have been more feasible. But twenty five
Yeah, I
ninety
mean,
nine,
3 is good. 3 is good.
yeah, I would say that, or even because even with 2 people for $25 is good. If you're playing 19.99, that's still $40 that you would pay as opposed to $25. So when you do the math, I don't think doing anything over 3 people is really feasible. And the reason why I think they raised the price of this so quick is they getting a head start of dropping the game in Game Pass. So all those people that are subscribing, they're saying factoring in, well, this group of people may jump into Game Pass early, and so we may as well collect the money early. And all, let's say if they get 20 people, I mean, 1 million to 3 million people in September and October when all the new games start dropping, and they're paying a $20 tier, right? That's an extra $3 or $4 a month to cover Call of Duty or cover some of the expense of Call of Duty being a Game Pass. Not even. factoring in when Game Pass releases on the unannounced Switch that's coming out. So they're going to be getting money all over. But I just think the FTC jumped the gun because they needed something to complain about. They only were focused on, and this is their fault, they were only focused on Sony making sure and Microsoft taking it away, foreclosure. That had nothing to do with raising prices. Everyone has a right to raise prices. That means that everybody shouldn't raise. I'm not, don't get me wrong. I'm not condoning any price raises. I'm just trying to be objectively looking. And Microsoft released the ads, wrote back and responded. Let me say that. And they basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, uh, we didn't deter or downgrade the service because that service didn't have Xbox Live in it. The $9.99, but you still have to get Xbox Live. This one includes Xbox Live. So are they still? What are your thoughts to that?
I don't know. It's like I said. It just seems like I don't want to say constant picking, but or nitpicking. But things
I
go
would.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say because like I haven't been following it super closely, but every time I hear something, I'm just like, really, really, like it seems normal. I mean, things constantly change or prices change. Like it's a thing. It's not super drastic in my opinion, based on what I'm getting for what I'm paying.
That's my point. That's my
Like
point. The
this,
value for the dollar.
yeah, the stuff isn't free. They got to make money, so so they have money for marketing. But like, it, it's
Exactly.
it's minuscule to me.
I mean, on the average, we buy what 2 games a year. Well, before, so
Yeah,
that's
before they were.
$120 at $60.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And you get to play how many of those $60 games for free to see whether, well, air quotes free, to see if you like it or if you don't. Like, no, I
Well,
ain't gonna spend my 60. Like,
just think about all the
right.
games I downloaded last week. Dungeons of Hittenberg, Flintlock. I downloaded another game, so that was 3 games. Let's say each one of those games costs $35, which they cost more. So how am I losing money? I think I'm gaining money. I'm gaining value because I've downloaded 3 games, and in addition to all the games I downloaded last week.
You're getting the bang for your buck. Just that
Serge, what about
simple.
you?
I think they just trying to find a reason to not like Microsoft and what they doing. Honestly, they just been picking on them, trying to find a reason not why they need to get Call of Duty away from Microsoft because they don't want Microsoft to have it. They trying to do a favor for Sony. but, but seriously, it don't make no sense. Like, why not just have a fair market? Like, why y'all prodding? Like you say, they weren't under any
So when Sony
obligation
raised
to
prices,
not
they didn't
raise the
say
prices.
anything.
Yeah, it's like who are they obligated to by not raising prices? Like, who does that help in the long run? Because raising prices seems like it'll help us as a consumer because then they can provide better services and make sure the internet is running better. Because things are going up. Definitely know my groceries cost more.
I think all our groceries cost more. 100 on that.
Oof.
cooking more.
So I would expect that we're going to hear something. We got to hear something by the end of the summer. I don't know if the court is still in, but if it's not, when the court opens, if they're not open in the summer, I know the Supreme Court is closed for the summer, but if he's still open, I expect him to say something by August, no later than September. The end of September, there will be something the courts are going to say, and they're going to make a ruling.
I don't think they're gonna say nothing.
They have to. It's pending.
Time. Ding, 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 ding.
Just over with.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it should be technically over with. It should be over with. But it's just like you say, nitpicking. Well, we told you this, we told you this. Well, if you're gonna act like that, then you're gonna have to go look at every business in the United States and say they raised the prices. They're in that docket somewhere. So who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, those are our topics for tonight. Thank you all for joining, like and subscribe. And if there is anything else anyone else want to say, please speak on.
Anybody? Anybody?
No one? Hmm. Well, let's go through our outros and see where they can find us. Jazamoto, we'll go with you first.
All right. You can find me here every Monday with the rest of the crew. Also on Twitch, Jazzymoto, J-A-5-Z-Y-M-O-T-O. Instagram, which I don't really use. Same with Twitter. I need to get back on that. But Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all Jazzymoto. Yep.
Okay. OG.
You can find me every Monday with the rest of the crew. You can also find me on X, OG Double M, and on Facebook, All Things Geeky. That's our little group we have.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Surge, where can we find you?
Why he say X like that?
I know, right?
Was he something in DMX or something like that?
Right. But where can we find you,
Man,
Surge?
Xavier. All right, you can find me on here every Monday with the crew. You know, Gamers DMZ on Mondays at what 7
7
p.m.
p.m.
You can find me on Twitter as well under Sir Rich SER Sir with an E instead of I, as well as on Facebook as Sir Rich Gaming, YouTube under Sir Rich, and also X under Sir_Rich. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that'd be it.
Okay. You can find me here with the crew Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find me on, well, probably toward the end of the week. On Xbox as the one, PlayStation as the one. I'll probably stream this weekend. I got some freedom. I'll probably try to stream one of the newer games, Lords of Hindenburg. I may try to play that. It'll be a good game to screen. But that's where you can find me. Again, people, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe. And as always, we're going to let our man Surge do what he does best
Well, it's time to say holla. Holla,
and
everybody.
say, holla,
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 holla.
holla, holla, everybody. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla.
Holla,
Holla,
y'all.
holla, everybody.
Holla, holla, holla.
Let me holler.